Hello, everybody. Welcome to Brotherhood of the Dice. And thank you all for tuning in for what this will be, hopefully, an awesome game. Playtest of Beyond the Veil, supernatural investigation RPG that's yet to be kickstarted, but hopefully coming soon by Renegade Studios. We're joined today by the ever amazing Super Love, Murwok, and Therator. So, welcome everybody. Are we feeling ready to delve into ghouls and ghosts?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
As ready as we can be.
Beyond the Veil is all about supernatural investigations. You guys are all going to be part of an investigative branch called the Supernatural and Paranormal Society, I believe it is, SPS, or as somebody said on another playtest, Society.
Attracts cats.
Yes, it attracts cats. You are all about investigating the unknown and the weird. Okay, so all the way from ghosts, paranormal things, mutants, UFOs, and urban legends, folk tales, all that good stuff. You are investigators trying to find truth behind it all, and hopefully discover a bit of evidence. And if there is something malicious there, put a stop to it. In this game, you'll play obviously investigators. In your character sheet, you will notice the main things to get a grasp of is that you will have 6 what they call abilities, which is standard in most role-playing games, aren't they? Physical, mental, technical, social, psychic, and what's unusual on this one, senses. Now, in each character's case, they range all the way through the dice steps, all the way from D4 all the way to D20, yeah? So one of your stats will be D20, one of your stats will be D4, and every stat will have one in between. When you make a check, what's going to happen is you're going to roll that dice, and then on the second page of your character sheet, you'll see that you might have some skills. Okay? You would roll them dice and add your skill. Pretty standard, right? What is different is what you can do is kind of argue for what stat you can use. Now, you're not going to use social to jump over a roof, but what you can do is look at different skills. So if you're, I don't know, let's take the jumping over the roof. You could use, obviously, athletics. You could use driving and jump in a car and vault it. You know, you could use speed and just power your way over the top and up for the best, things like that. And the same with like social skills. You can be empathetic, you can be deceptive, all that kind of stuff. So the what I'm saying is basically if you can make a case for the stat and the skill, then that's fine by me. We'll go with that. When you make a roll, if you roll the maximum of that dice type, so taking Amaya's senses ability, that's D6. If she rolls a D6, she would add her skill like normal. So if we're using, for example, she hasn't got any senses skills, but say she had 1 in smell, you would roll a D6, add 1. If she rolled a 6, that's obviously a 7. But what you would do then is roll the next die type up and apply the skill again, but it's not added together. So it's basically like you're rolling the test twice, but one of them goes with a higher dice type. Yeah? And if that rolls maximum, it goes to the next dice and it rolls again. If that rolls maximum, which is highly unlikely, but it could happen, it would roll again with the next dice type and so on. If you're a D20 and you get maximum, you would roll a D4 and that would add to the maximum. All right?
Okay.
If you roll a 1, on that skill check, if you roll a 1 on that skill check, you roll that skill check again. And if it's a 1 a second time, there is a big problem, a catastrophic thing happens. Right?
We're fucked, basically.
That would be bad. Yeah, that would be bad to do that. Things are against you in some of the tasks, especially around technology and things like that, can be a little bit high on difficulty, a bit fiddly to do. Or if you're trying to communicate with the dead, for example, that might be a little harder to do than what normal people can achieve. When that happens, there are a couple of things you can do to stack the deck in your favor. The first one that I encourage you to do is actively look for things you can do to give you an advantage. So like in most of the games, you do things that like take your time on a task, or look up on the internet when you're trying to find something and get AI to help you, something like that. You would step the die type up. So if your sensor's a D6 and I don't know, and you've got a microphone or something like that, and you're trying to listen to something or whatever, it would step up to the next die. So that would be a D8 on your check. So always try and stack the advantages where you can. The other thing that you could do, and I encourage you to do, is to work together. This game is all about teamwork, okay? When you work together, whoever is working on the task would take their best dice and their best skill level, and whoever's involved in it, everybody rolls that check. So say Murwok had D8 in sensors and Amaya had 2 in smell, you would roll a D8 plus 2, yeah?
Okay.
So you get the best of all worlds and everybody rolls it. So wherever you can, if you think it's going to be a difficult check, then always try and team up.
All right.
Cool.
The other thing to mention, if things are mundane, obviously you don't have to roll to cross the street or whatever like that. But certain things are easier to do and are within your purview. So normally, if you've got like D12 or D20, maybe even D10, you can do something called, can't remember the name of it. I think it's something like run of the mill. Let me just check it. It's called business as usual. When you do that, you take half of your dice value and just add your skill to it without rolling. So you will always kind of do an easy task, because generally speaking, the easiest difficulty will be 5.
Is that like lifting something heavy or whatever?
Yeah, it's something that's your bread and butter, that you're generally really good at. So looking at Bob's kind of character sheet is
Collecting
good
honey.
Yeah, psychic, social, mental. You can generally do them things all right at the easiest level. You can strike up conversations, stuff like that. Or lie to people. Really easy. Yeah, so generally speaking, you can do that. So just bear that in mind as well. Other than that, the rest of it we can kind of learn as we're going. It is 16th of November, 2025. The lecture hall is busy today. And Maya, you've just completed your lecture for the day. Okay, what might your lecture have been about in terms of possibly paranormal things? Can you all see it, by the way? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll put you. Yeah. Okay. Put be on the screen anyway, in case you need to. Yeah. So what was your lecture about?
So is it sort of in the study of paranormal
Yeah.
things?
I mean, your call. What would you be delivering a lecture on? It's obviously not on CrossFit.
I would say probably something like how to spot the signs, what is a sign and what isn't, like distinguishing between the mundane and the extraordinary.
Mm. Very, very interesting. Okay. We've got a decent crowd for this one. They were kind of engaged in it. Some students obviously falling asleep, as they always do. But on the whole, you got a decent reception. As people are filing out at the back, you notice there is somebody that you've never seen at your lecture before. And he's stood staring. He's not staring directly at you. He's looking nervously. He's looking nervously around here. And you see the portrait, just so I know.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yep.
Freckly man.
Okay. Right. So, he's looking nervously around the thing. And as the last of the people kind of move out and you're getting your laptop together, because nobody has paperwork anymore, I'm sure, he kind of starts walking down the stairs towards you. You do anything?
I'm going to assume that because I always end my lectures with the standard sign-off of if anyone has any questions, please come forward and ask. Curiosity is the greatest gift we have. So I'm assuming that he has a question, but maybe he was too shy to ask it in front of everyone else.
Okay. He does indeed come to the front. He looks very uncomfortable as he steps up, and he double checks that everybody's pretty much left the auditorium before he speaks to you. This is London, by the way, College of London, University of London, even. And he clears his throat. He said, "Are you by any chance a Mayor Bertart? Yeah."
Yes. Did you have a question?
Looks at his feet. Yeah, in a way, I kind of need your help. I was wondering if I saw like an ad in the paper, yeah, and I was wondering if I could maybe have a word with you. I think I need a bit of help.
Well, any help that I could possibly offer, I would be happy to assist. What is it that I could help you with?
Well, it's my daughter, yeah. I have a feeling, right? I have a feeling she's talking to somebody who's, dead.
You have suspicions that your daughter is communicating with those who've passed on?
Yeah. Well, not right now, but she was. I think I know where it might be.
What made you have these suspicions? Did you hear her speaking?
Is there somewhere private we can talk, yeah? I'll tell you all about it.
Would I have like an office at
Yeah,
the university?
yeah, absolutely. You would have an office in this place, and it's normally a place that like you and your colleagues tend to gather.
Okay, so I'll invite him to come to the office, and if it's free, then I'd suggest that we can talk there.
All right. The office is free. You head in. Are you calling the others?
For now, I'm just gonna hear him out, and then if I feel like he's open to collaboration, and if he's open to, having more people involved, then I'll call the others.
Okay. Okay. He sits very cowed, very quiet. He looks like a fish out of water. His outfit is like an old tracksuit. He looks tired, and he's not chatty at all. He's just very meek and mild as you lead him into this room.
Please have a seat. There's nothing to be worried about, honestly. Would you like some tea? Would that help?
Yeah, that would be good. Thank you.
Milk sugars?
Yeah. Two sugars, please.
Of course. Please sit down. Make yourself at home.
Okay.
Trust me, any of your concerns will be taken seriously, even if they sound a little odd.
Yeah. Well, it is odd. I promise you that. It's my wife, you see. She died a little while ago, and I got two daughters. Yeah, are living with me, and took it obviously a bit hard, just like well, yeah. Anyway, I've moved around a bit. Had to sell the house, pay for the funeral and stuff. Been in this house 6 months, something like that. Everything was fine. I swear down, it was fine. And then there was something happened. I think it was last month. She's never sleepwalked, and she started sleepwalking, yeah, and having a bit of bad dreams. I put it down to trauma and stuff like that, but she started saying a room smelled of smoke, yeah, and she hated smoking. It's the way her mum went, hated it. We had to move a couple of times because of it. Anyway, she shifted the rooms. I couldn't smell nothing, but when I even shifted rooms, she said the same thing. That was, like I said, about a month ago. And then something changed, She stopped questioning it, but the sleepwalking got worse. I can't describe it. She just started acting weird, secretive, she'd been secretive a bit. She's a 12, nearly a teenager, but she just started being weird. Around a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week and a half, something like that, I found a homemade, what you call it, a Ouija board. It was under a bed, yeah, in a room. I swear down, it smelt of perfume, and I mean like my wife's perfume. Well, I'm not proud of myself. I lost it. Had a big old argument with her. I tore the thing in half. I threw it away. I I didn't handle it well. Shanice was crying and all that, but as I did it, the only thing I can say is a fire started upstairs, and I promise you, bro, nobody was upstairs. Not like that. Not anywhere near it where it started. And I was sure I heard some like banging about. Anyway, I managed to put out a fire. Looked like a bit of an electrical fire or something, but I knew it wasn't because there was a smell of those cigarettes. The cigarettes my wife smoked, and I swear to you, they were in that room. Anyway, a few days later, I started finding cigarettes in Shanice's bag. Confronted her, of course. She just denied it. But I found them. And since then, she's just distant, you know? She's been sleepwalking. Keep finding her downstairs. I think I'm going mad, but I can barely say it. But I think she's been talking to my wife. And I want to know if it really is her.
Well, first of all, thank you for sharing that. It sounds like you've been through a lot, and I'm terribly sorry for your loss. But you've come to the right person. I'm part of a group, you see, and I think we may be able to help you. If you're willing, that is, to let us into your home, we could possibly investigate these things that have been happening to you and your family.
Yeah, for real. I mean, that's how I saw your advert, you know, SPS or whatever. Saw it in the head, and
yes,
I'd
of
come
course.
to you, and of course you can come to the house and stuff, but the girls don't know yet. So I'm happy for you to come, but I'm just need to kind of tell them and that. But you know,
I understand.
as quick as you can come, I'll be happy for you to come in, because I swear, Dan, I don't like it, and I could do with knowing.
Understandable, completely. If you wanted for this to remain between just the adults, we could arrange for a time for us to come in and look around the house, but it would be useful to speak to your daughter. Shanice, was it?
Yeah, Shanice. She's 12.
Is she your older daughter or younger daughter?
Yeah, she's the oldest. My little girl is Iris. She's 6.
Okay.
She's very sweet. I don't want it affecting her.
Of course.
It
Something
sounds
like this, communicating with spirits or any contact with the other side, can be quite unnerving, frightening, especially to children.
That's it. I mean, if it is her, I don't know what I'd do, but sleepwalking and smoking and stuff like that. I've never particularly believed in that shit. Yeah, but can't explain it. I swear down that fire.
I'm just gonna reach forward and like pat him on the hand and give him like a sympathetic nod.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
He does appreciate it, and you can tell he's not far off tears with it. Says, I don't want it. I'm happy for you to come. I'm happy for you to talk to Shanice. Whatever you think to sort it, yeah? What I'm trying not to do is make it big, you know?
Of course.
I don't want like the papers getting it, yeah?
No, we're quite discreet. We never share any details which would link to any particular persons that have required our services. So you can be safe in the knowledge that you and your family will be kept out of the public eye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Would you be all right if I called my colleagues and
Yeah,
shared some
yeah,
information
yeah.
with them and possibly get them here if they're free?
For real. Yeah. Do you need me here, or do you want me to go
Well,
back, or
would you
whatever?
like to speak to them if they are free?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do whatever you think, you know?
Well,
I
we,
just want it sorting.
of course, we do have a sort of small cafeteria on campus if you would like to perhaps go and get yourself a bite to eat, and that will give my colleagues enough time to get here to discuss your issue.
For real. Right. I'll come back, what, in an hour or so?
That would be perfect.
Cool.
I'm just
Gets
gonna
up and he,
direct
go on.
him in the direction of the cafeteria.
Yeah. He gets to the door, he turns around and he says, I just want to say thank you for not treating me like, a lunatic or something. Yeah, just thank you.
Often the things that seem craziest are the things that are most real.
Yeah. Yeah. He kind
In
of
an
walks
hour,
out.
then.
Yep. He leaves where you've directed him.
Cool. I'm going to frantically scribble down as much as I can remember from that, and then call up the dream team.
Okay. Yeah. You've got a WhatsApp group.
What's the WhatsApp group called though?
That's up to you.
Ooh.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, obligatory, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Right.
Yeah, I'll probably drop a voice note in the WhatsApp group. Just say, guys, I think we've got a case. If you're free, please come to the university. I'll be in my office. You know where I am. Something like that.
Yep. Okay. Right. So, Bob.
Yep.
What are you doing when you get this message?
I am probably sat in my kitchen doing a crossword on the table. Daily newspaper
it.
crossword. It's my routine. Got a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Open up the
It's
WhatsApp.
probably
Struggle.
about 2 o'clock because the lectures on Sunday, they only ever run to like 1-ish because nobody wants to be in on a Sunday afternoon.
Well,
You're just
considering
getting them in.
we probably don't get cases very often, so
Yeah.
after struggling to open the WhatsApp chat properly and making the text bigger and smaller,
Yeah.
I'll probably grab my keys,
Yeah.
pour my tea down the sink, hop into the car, drive down,
Head
on
down.
Radio 4.
Nice one. And Floyd, what is it you're
Yes.
doing when you get the message?
I get a message here. So I'm sitting on the sports pub, sitting on my phone, dealing with my
Okay.
fantasy football team. And I see the pop-up message on my phone. I'm like, taking 5 minutes before I quit my fantasy football app, before I answer, because I'm busy managing Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi and all that. And then I check the message. I was like, oh, all right. And then I put on my 6 pence, and then I go out the street and take a bus towards the campus.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Sure enough, it's not too long within the hour. You're all sat around the table. Maybe 15 minutes or so before the hour's up. If you need to discuss it at all.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. As you heard from the voice note, I think we've got a case. Gentleman came in at the end of my lecture today, says that his daughter, 12 years old, has been possibly communicating with the ghost of his dead wife. She died approximately 6 months ago, it sounds. He's moved house. He had to sell up the old place to pay for her funeral, unfortunately. Daughter has been sleepwalking regularly, smelling smoke, cigarette smoke, which the wife frequently partook in. The daughter had seemingly made a Ouija board or procured one from somewhere and possibly spritzed it with the mother's perfume, or whether that's the presence of the mother herself, I'm not quite sure yet. Father found the Ouija board, understandably became quite worried and frustrated, broke it in half and threw it away, and then a fire started upstairs, initially thought to be an electrical fire, but again, that smell, lingering cigarette smoke, it does sound rather odd. Thoughts?
Sounds like Jeff.
Like Jeff?
You know, Jeff the talking mongoose, that case from the 1930s. It was family, moved house, little girl started talking to a talking mongoose. Turns out she was just making it up a bit, kicking off because she doesn't like where she lives, doesn't like how she's moved. Could just be the daughter faking some stuff.
No. This sounds very much like she may have the gift if she's maybe sees her mother maybe and talks to her. Or you said she was smoking, you said. Did you say? Or
she was smelling cigarette smoke, and the father did find cigarettes on her, but whether she was the one causing the scent, I'm not sure. The father is still here. He'll be back in approximately 10 minutes.
yeah.
So we can ask him a few more questions. I think it'd be quite useful.
Yeah, I think it'll be quite useful. She may have the gift to see the supernatural.
She also may have a inkling for pyromancy. It's always best to go investigate. We can scope some stuff out. If it is something paranormal, I think we should make note of it. It could be important. If it turns out to just be kids acting up, I think we should just cover it up, not talk about it.
Well, yes, I agree that we should investigate, but unlike you, Bob, I'm not as cynical. I do think that there is something paranormal going on here. But yes, like you said, we can gather the evidence that we need to prove that, and if it is perhaps a child just lashing out in grief and frustration about having to leave her childhood home, then we can settle all of their minds, at the very least.
Agreed.
Yes, of course.
Did he say when the wife died?
He said that they moved house 6 months ago after having sold to pay for her funeral. I can't imagine it's much more than that, perhaps a year at most. It depends how long it took to sell the house. We can double check.
It's curious that it happened after moving house, as if the spirit would have followed them, if it is a spirit.
Well,
I mean, some spirits with strong lingering to loved ones may remain on this earth.
Exactly. Especially if the death was untimely. I don't think the gentleman was particularly old himself, and daughters 12 and 6. It seems like a woman taken far too soon. Perhaps she has some sort of resentment over that, something unfinished that she wants to discuss with her family. Maybe she just wants to keep her daughters safe and keep in contact with them from beyond.
By burning the house down?
Look, many things can happen. Misunderstanding with the supernatural. Then, if the girl has the gift, she just needs training, and we need to figure out what mother, if we presume is a mother, wants.
Exactly. Spirits can become vengeful in their own grief of their lost life. There could be many explanations, and this is why people like us are here to help, to find the answers.
Okay. You see him walking past the window to the office, and he softly knocks on the door. He pops his head round.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door for him and say, "Please, please come in. Take a seat. These are my colleagues,
Thank you.
Bob and Floyd.
Hello.
We're all here to help."
Hello there.
Nice
I
to
give
meet
a
you.
handshake to him.
I give him a really firm handshake.
He sits down quite nervous. The confidence that he had is kind of gone again. He feels obviously a fish out of water, like he's being interviewed. He will sit there nice and quiet.
When he's in the room with us, do I sense any otherworldly beings by him as he enters the room, or is it on his own? Because I can sense or feel.
Okay, so let's make a check on that then.
Okay.
I would say it's psychic.
Psychic, yeah.
Standard thing is psychic and probably sixth sense skill.
Okie dokie. Let's see.
Okay.
D12.
So you would click the little dice, move it to D12, and then the skill value is 2.
So +2. Let's see.
You. Yep, and then you just roll it. There you go. So that is obviously your stat is 8. Your result is 8. I would say it was only an easy thing. So the thing would be 5. So you succeeded in that. You do not sense any otherworldly presence around him whatsoever.
Okay. So we heard your daughter may have seen her mother, your wife.
Yeah. Not seen. She's dead, yeah?
Dead, yeah, of course, but she's
communicated with,
communicating
perhaps?
with, yes.
Yeah, talk to. Yeah.
Okay.
Has she heard her voice? Or is it just she's speaking?
She denies it. She says no. I caught her with an homemade Ouija board.
When you and your daughter moved to your new home, did your daughter experience any significant situation in her life after you moved to the new home? Any accidents or anything?
No, nothing like that. I mean, she had to move schools and stuff. It's been tough on her that way. Nothing like an accident or nothing.
Okay. Because from my own experience, traumatic experiences or close to death situations can awaken someone's gifts, you see, to communicate with the supernatural. Like communicate with the supernatural, the ones that are no longer part of this world.
What? She's like Mystic Meg or something.
She's essentially like a psychic, or can at least communicate with ghosts, if you can go simplify that.
He kind of like puts his hands over his face, like, right.
So maybe your daughter was very traumatized with the move, with so many new things happening, and with her mother's passing, she may have awakened something. Maybe that's just from my personal experience.
So what can we do about it? Stop it happening. So
well,
I don't want her doing it.
Well, we need to talk with your daughter, and of course talk with whoever she's talking with, which I presume and assume is her mother, your wife.
Usually in these instances, the reason for the communication lies within the spirit themselves. If we can find a way to communicate with your wife, if that is who your daughter is speaking with, hopefully we can find out her intentions and hopefully put them to rest. If we can solve the lingering issue, which is keeping her here, we should be able to help her spirit pass on, thus ending the communication.
Yes.
All right, bet. So can you come like today, or check it out?
My schedule is open. Bob, Floyd?
Oh yeah, I have nothing on my schedule before the weekend, so I'm fine.
Tucked in the bees are all good.
The bees attended to, Bob?
Well,
Yeah.
I need to go and get Iris, from the babysitter. So, have you got a post-it or something, or give you my address?
Yes, of course. I'm going to pass over custom letterhead, cursive writing sort of notepad.
Okay. He writes
From the
down an
office of
address.
Amaya.
While you're doing that, I'm putting a receipt out my pocket,
He writes down an address and passes it over. And he stands up. He goes to shake each of your hands. He says, "Thank you for your time. Yeah, I hope we can sort it. You can only imagine how what it feels to have this happening to your little girl.
Yeah, no worry.
It can't be pleasant.
No. Well, I'll see you later. Yeah.
Yeah, see you later. Yeah.
And he heads out. The address on the thing says 74 Dendridge Close, Enfield, London.
Alrighty.
Probably going to say to the other two, I wouldn't mention the ghost stuff too much. I think we're kind of freaking him out a little bit. It could just be his daughter's having a bit of a moment, So I think we should check what it is first, and then you can teach her all your psychic tricks and stuff. Okay?
They are things like this do exist, Bob. That's why we're doing these things.
But we don't want to scare the poor man. He's, grieving his wife still. Telling her that she's walking about the house and chatting to his store is a bit freaky.
Yeah, but at least getting a little more insight, at least what we at least think of. I think it helps him a tiny bit to get clear perspective of the situation.
Yes,
definitely.
I think he's just a father worried about his daughters. I think as long as we can put his mind at ease and give him as much comfort as we possibly can, I think that's the best route for this.
Yeah. Alright. Can all hop in my car.
Yeah. So this part of the game is effectively called Act 1. It's like the setup for the investigation. Okay? So some scenarios in Beyond the Veil will be like one sentence. You turn up at this haunted house and off you go. Some are a little bit more involved, like this. So before you head to the house, is there anything you want to do, or are you jumping in the car and heading straight to the house? As discussed before the stream started, you have 2 items on you now. Everything else is like in your storage locker, back in the thing, off site.
Would it be useful to get a list of questions that we want to ask him or ask the daughter, just so we know that we've definitely covered everything and we're not missing anything, we don't miss the opportunity?
Could you?
You can do that, yeah.
I'm also thinking, equipment-wise, because the fire started when the Ouija board was snapped, should we take another Ouija board?
We could do. Would we know if... I'm trying to think of how to word this. With spirits and things,
yeah,
do certain spirits sort of gain the ability to use a spirit box, or do they all innately know how to speak through that? Is there a possibility that this spirit would only be able to communicate with a Ouija board by spelling stuff out?
Some more than others. The Ghost Hunter's Guide will help you a little bit with that, but depends. It depends on the ghost, I would say. Some like your standard haunting things like Henry VIII's wives and stuff like that. Some of them tend to just repeat an action, some that are a bit more autonomous can do more in your experience or what your research, you know, and it depends on what this is. But it certainly sounds like a ghost that could communicate.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think the Ouija board could be a good idea then.
Okay.
Especially if it's been attempted before.
And then do you want a spirit box as well, or different?
Don't know. Is it worth taking a video camera to... Because if a fire started in a different room, would we want to set up a camera in a different space to check if we can see what starts a potential second fire if there's going to be another one?
Yeah. So we could do a motion activated camera then.
Or, I'm just thinking, if it's cigarette related, would that have like a lingering thermal element?
Yeah, that's a
like
good
if
suggestion.
the spirit is potentially like sparking up, would it come through in the environment?
Could do.
Okay, so we need to either choose the Ouija board or the spirit box or the thermal camera or the video camera.
And what are you choosing? 2 things in total.
Yeah, I will choose the spirit box and the thermal camera. Those two, well, I will pick those two. I don't know about you two thinking.
I know 2 in total for all of you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you two are thinking. If you should take those 2 items.
Those are all, if you could pick. I mean,
I like the idea of the thermal camera.
We'll do thermal, and then I guess we could do spirit box, because if she didn't get a proper communication with the Ouija board, then we can try spirit box.
I mean, we could always ask the 12-year-old to make us a Ouija board.
Cool.
The traumatized father and the daughter in the Ouija board.
What bonds a family like trauma? Let's go.
So you've got your equipment, and you get in the car. What will happen throughout the investigation? Certain things will occur, obviously, if there's supernatural occurrences. You have something like a ruler on your character sheet. If you have a look, there's 2 sides to it. One is vitality, the other side is fear. Vitality starts at 100 and it'll go down. Okay, when it gets to 0, it's not good. Right?
Okay.
Your fear will go up, starts at 0 and it'll go up. Each one of you has a fear threshold, which will be at a different level. When your fear goes over your threshold, that is not good. Right? There, as you can see, there's different categories. So when you get normally to 20 fear, you will effectively be what's called spooked, then shaken, then panicked, then terrified. Yeah.
Okay.
Through the investigation, sometimes with supernatural occurrences, you might gain fear. Sometimes, just as it progresses, you will gain fear. So there might be times where I just tell you to gain it and you don't necessarily know why. It's like encroaching dread and things like that. So I would tell you at this point, if you look at the bottom of your ruler where your fear is, it should say 0. Put that to 2. So you each gain 2 as there's a slight unease about if this is true. It could be a bit unnerving, yeah?
Okay, put it to 2.
So
there we go.
Yeah, do that, and that's fine. So you're heading out to the house. Okay?
Yep.
You get to said house, drive through London. It's a bit of traffic. It is actually dark when you get here at 74 Dendridge Close. But there are lights on, despite this. Yeah. Shining from outside. And, this is the house. As you can see, it's like a terraced house. On a bit of a rough estate. You can see a few youths knocking about as you drive in, but it is effectively a cul-de-sac as you pull up to the door in front of the thing.
Alex has said in chat that we can also add a undocumented trepidation, so we get an extra D20 fear points if we want to make ourselves more scared.
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
Okay.
I like that idea.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do we all roll a d20? Or do you
Yes,
roll
well,
the d20 for us?
No, I will
I
let
like
you
rolling.
do.
I don't like this
Okay,
power.
okay, let's do it.
I'm chill.
Oh, you're lucky.
Bob Bateman's got 2. All right, okay.
I don't believe in it. I'm bad.
Oh, I got 15. All right, let's see.
Lloyd's shitting himself.
Yeah.
And so is I.
We're both
Okay.
scared because we're like, yeah, this is definitely real. And then
Yeah.
Bob's like, wonder how my bees are doing.
Hey, the whole need for next season quickly.
That's right. Okay. Right, I think I dealt with that.
Is that a house from the Moonchild, says Dilith.
It's always the same.
Yeah, for disclosure, this is Dendridge Close in Enfield, but it's not the actual house. So if you own this house, please don't sue me. It's just a random house.
That's
on
why your
Dendridge
house isn't
Close
haunted, don't worry.
in Enfield. Yeah. And I'm sure your estate's lovely, but in this story,
Unless we're predicting a future haunting.
Ooh.
If it happens after
Dun, dun,
this
dun.
game, then.
yeah.
If it happens after this game, run.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Okay. I'll just get to the thing. Right. Okay. So obviously, I'm presuming you're going to go up and knock on the door unless you tell me otherwise.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll probably have briefed the other two. Calm and gentle, there are children. Let's be polite and smiles and don't talk about death and blood and all the other horrible things.
Yes, of course. Think about the children. Think about the children. Yes.
Right. So, the door opens up, and it is indeed Lance. Lance Mackey is his name. Because I don't think you actually ever asked him.
We did not know. Lance Mackey.
No, we
Let's
didn't.
see.
We were just
But
like, ghosts.
Yes.
We didn't even introduce ourselves. I know, you did.
I did.
Look, we're mostly used
Okay.
to speak to ghosts and the normal people.
Yeah. He answers the door. He says, "Oh, come in. Shanice is not here right now, but she's over at a friend's. But Iris is in here, and I thought you could use some of this. You're there. So let me put you on a map." So he says, "Yeah, come on in. This is where we are. Oh, sorry, my bathroom. This is my living room. Come on in. This is Iris. Come here. Come here, baby." His daughter comes.
So
to him.
tiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hello there.
That is Iris. She doesn't say anything. She looks curiously at you.
You must be little Iris. My name is Floyd.
She just nods.
Hello.
She says, go on, you go and play. She goes back to her toys. And he says, so this is the house. you feel free to look around. There's a button at the bottom of the stairs. When you move to it and click it, you'll go upstairs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a stair lift, or?
Yeah. It's a foundry stair lift. It's in game. Don't use players.
Magic button.
A magic button?
A magic button in game.
So I'm looking at Lance and it says, so have you, your daughter been, I'm trying to be low whispering so Iris doesn't hear anything of this.
Yeah, she's just playing in the corner with the toys.
Has most of the,
ignoring you.
Has the most activities been happening upstairs? Nothing down here at all?
No, well, it's in her bedroom, yeah? And then and he kind of moves back, he says, and in this, keep finding her downstairs in this chair. On the night.
This chair, okay. Is this a chair from your previous home?
No. And he looks a little bit sheepish. He says, no, I've had to, use Art Foundation and stuff like that. Get stuff.
I see. Is it fine by you? I can go to your daughter's room just to see.
Yeah, you go for it.
Whatever. I will go upstairs then. So as I go upstairs, I want to try to like focus, maybe like a focus perceptive around my surroundings, and I want to to use my ability again from earlier to try to sense any otherworldly beings as I go around the second floor.
Okay. Right. Yes. So again, that would be psychic and sixth sense. So if you press the little dice button on the hot bar of your macro thing, you can click up to D12. And I think your sixth sense skill is 2. Have a look on your sheet as well. Don't forget. There might be things called expertise and talents. All right. Obviously the expertise is what you're using.
That's what I use. Yeah.
But there's also, things under there called talents. The other thing that I forgot to mention as well, your dice on your abilities. There's one of them with a little black dot by the side of it, and Floyd's is psychic. Once per entire investigation, you can re-roll that dice once.
Yeah? Oh, okay, that's all right. That's good.
So your result was 13.
Yes.
So you're on the staircase? You're doing this, just kind of like trying to close your eyes, focus, deep breaths, trying to sense if there's something here. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm focusing as I'm now going up to the second floor to try to go by room while focusing, essentially. Try to sense.
Yeah. It would, just so you know, if you did it on the stairs, it's normally right, you're sensing on the stairs. But I'll let you off because it's fine. It's still relatively a close proximity house anyway, isn't it? It's only a terraced house. You definitely can sense something, a presence in this house. No question about it.